Welcome to your Daily 5 for Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. I came across a news item that caught my eye because it's for something that I actually have used in the past, and that is the Amazon Try Before You Buy program, which apparently is going to be retired as of the end of this month, so January 31st. And I've used this particular service in the past for clothing. I don't know if you can do it for anything else. I've only ever used it for clothing. But, and as I'm sure anybody who's ever had any type of clothing size that varies, you can get really, really lost in a maze of different types of sizing for different type of clothing items. Jeans, even shoes, but shoes tend to be, I think, the easiest. Socks also, usually not too bad. But if you're talking about pants or shirts, you can go across several companies and you will come across not a single standardized sizing chart of any kind ever. And so the Try Before You Buy program, which if you never used it, allowed you to get up to 6 clothing items, try them for up to a week, see which ones you liked, which ones fit, and you would send back the ones you didn't want and then pay for whatever that you kept. And so I used that a few times because I've changed pant sizes. Fortunately, it's been on the downward angle. They've been getting smaller. I don't really know why. I'm not trying anything really extraordinary, but maybe that's why it's taking so long for it to happen. But I've been lucky in that way, sort of, except that now, any company, even within the same company, they have multiple different sizing options and fit options, relaxed fit, tight fit, short fit, long, straight leg fit, all this different stuff. And that's just jeans. And so this program made it really easy to get a different assortment from 2 or 3 different companies, see which ones fit. And by the way, in all the time I tried it, I never found one example where 2 different companies had the same size fit the same for the same pair of things. So no 2 jeans that were the same size fit the same, no matter what they said, even with the same cut or fit or whatever. Never happened. And I'm pretty sure the same thing is true with shirts, except since I only really ever buy short sleeve shirts, it's a lot easier for me. Anybody who wears anything else, I don't, because in California it never gets cold. So it's easy for me on that route. But as far as jeans, it's a nightmare. And so this program was actually one that I used, not a ton, and so I tend to believe them when they say not a lot of people used it, because even I didn't use it constantly. I would use it every so often. And so they cited low usage and the fact that they are apparently trying to cut down on returns in general. I did note that now they have customer summaries. And I don't know when that actually came in. I noticed it maybe 4 or 5 months ago. And they now have a little tag that will tell you on any item, clothing or otherwise, whether people returned it frequently or not. Now, neither the summaries nor that return frequency indicator mean anything to me because there's no specifics to them. So in the summaries, you don't know why people like something or don't until you read the individual ones. And on the returns, you don't know if they had a good reason or not for returning them. It just tells you what the frequency is, but that doesn't really mean anything. So I don't think either of those features are particularly useful to me, but they do point towards Amazon slowly refining what has otherwise been a generally hassle-free return experience. And they're certainly not alone. Costco was known for many years as having probably the greatest and easiest return thing, where I think you could even return stuff that you didn't even buy there for a while, which, look, they were never going to let that keep going, but they refined that where they've locked it down slightly, not entirely. It's still pretty good, but it's definitely different than it was, say, 5 or 6 years ago. And I think Amazon is following suit now that they've been around for a while, now that they have pretty much an online lock for many people. And they're trying to promote their AI visualization tool as a replacement for trying things on, which I cannot imagine that works very well for all but a very small percentage of people, because looking at somebody's body and understanding fit are 2 different things. Unless you're going to give that tool a lot of your personal information, which I certainly never will. I never use that tool for like the furniture or anything else. And I doubt most people would trust it to do anything past it when it comes to their actual bodies. So yeah, this feels like a way for them to try to get more people using their AI-powered visualization tool, and also a way to just cut down on return rates, because obviously any business wants to have minimal returns overall. That's not a surprise. And so I think this is just the latest in a series of steps where Amazon is slowly rolling out a number of changes to try to maximize their already, I'm sure, commendable profit. Is commendable the right way to... Considerable profit, not commendable, sorry. So, yeah, I actually do... I'm sorry this program is going away. I mean, I didn't use it much, so this is one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I can't even really defend it in terms of my own use case of it. But I think it was an actual useful program that Amazon had around that's going away. And what Amazon's going to look like probably a year or 2 from now, well, it'll be interesting to pay attention and see. Later.